Okay, so talking about muscle gains being linked to general health markers.
Yeah. So longevity, how long you're going to live, part of it is linked to how much muscle you have. And you look at muscle as like a metabolic piggy bank. So the more muscle you have, whenever your body goes into like it gets really sick or it's in a compromised position and it needs easy accessible energy, amino acids, which are what builds, which is the building blocks of protein, muscle, it starts to pull on your muscle mass. So the more muscle you have up to a certain point, generally gives you like more of a reserve energy. Lean muscle, so trained muscle, as you've been training, building muscle, the new muscle cells that are being created are going to be a lot more sensitive to nutrients being brought in. So you increase insulin sensitivity, so your sensitivity to carbohydrates, which is a good thing with new muscle, and cellular communication, meaning that the muscle cells get really efficient at taking out toxins and bringing in nutrients. So yeah, overall, like muscle mass up to a certain point is great. Generally, the issue, one of the first questions I get, and I'm sure you get that as well, Lucas, is people, clients come in and they're like, I want to put on muscle, but I don't want to bulk. I don't want to get too big. And it's always a tough one because I'm like, that's not possible. Like, I train you twice a day, 6 days a week, and you're not going to get that big. So don't even worry about that. Worry about trying to put on muscle in the first place.
Which isn't easy. Like we have to work for it, right? Like
have to work a ton for it,
yeah.
and you have to eat a ton in order to actually build it and maintain it. So yeah, muscle is just huge overall hormonal health and that metabolic piggy bank. So your body will pull on muscle as it needs it. If you're not getting enough calories throughout the daytime, if your immune system is compromised, if you're dealing with toxicity levels and stuff through life, through various different sources, amino acids are literally building blocks for all these different functions in your body. So can't emphasize enough the health points of having lean muscle.
Yeah. And talking about like how do we know we're putting on lean muscle? And it's always like this measurement of um like how do I know? Like people are always like, should I measure every part of my body? Or there's different ways of kind of doing it objectively and subjectively, like you've kind of laid out in the course that I think are important to indicate as well.
Yeah. So you can measure. You can measure. Generally, you got to look at the bigger muscle groups. So the lower body days, you're going to be able to pack on a lot more muscle globally compared to upper body days. Upper body is great. You have bigger muscles there, but nothing matches really like the quads and the glutes. So you could, like I've got a device called Sculpt that gives me like a muscle number and the body fat number. And it's a little bioimpedance thing that you put on the body. I generally tell by t-shirt size and how tight my legs fit or don't fit into my pants that day. Especially with heavy squats and stuff. I put on a lot of muscle and legs and stuff. So I've never measured with a measuring tape, but you can tell the bigger compound movement, squats, deadlifts and stuff, you'll feel tighter. There's going to be an element of inflammation happening too in the muscles and the joints. So think of yourself in process, right? Obviously weighing yourself on the scale too, right? So that's going to give you an idea of whether you're moving in the right direction. If you're losing weight, depends. If you're higher body fat percentage, then you could be dropping body fat as well. And what you'll then get to is a plateau number where your body composition will then change. So you'll be the same weight, but you'll be getting leaner. So less body fat and you'll be getting bigger. Typically with this program, will be traps, shoulders, legs, butt, chest, bigger muscle groups. Yeah. How do you usually measure muscle? Like, how's that?
I've used a sculpt in the past, but like more like as long as I can remember, it's just been by like look and feel. It's like, and I think it's more enjoyable for training to approach it that way, is like look and feel. It's like I feel great after a workout. I want that to continue to happen. So I'm going to continue to do these workouts. Um, and yeah, just like doing your morning check, doing your post workout check. Say what you will about bodybuilding and posing, but that plays a role in definition of your muscles. So I mean, we don't have to like develop a posing routine or anything, but it is an opportunity, certainly after a pump session and you're feeling really fleshed out and really good, to just spend some time circulating the muscles and contracting, like really just feeling everything out. You're going to get more definition. You're also going to get more mind muscle connection.
Yeah.
Uh, Even doing that within the workout, like, after you've done a set of curls or presses and you spend some time just like really contracting and feeling the effects of that, getting the blood rushing. But yeah, look and feel. It's all look and feel, man. And I think when you can really buy into that as someone who's looking to get leaner and build muscle, there's way less stressors involved.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, emphasizing that intra workout mind muscle connection is huge. It's not just global strength. When I do a squat, I don't initially feel a burning in my quads. It's everywhere. But when I'm doing more hypertrophy workouts, muscle building, when you're exhausted, if you can pull out another few reps or even a whole other set or not. It's not just a matter of going through the numbers. It's, asking yourself before the set, okay, what am I doing? Presses. So that's going to be pecs and triceps, focusing on contracting the pecs, focusing on locking out, squeezing the triceps, right? So the execution of the
Mhm.
movement is super important. And I can do the same number of reps, same tempo, same weight, and have a completely different feel based on the intention of squeezing certain muscles than just not doing it. So the workouts, like intra workout, making sure that you're really working out to fatigue and you get that full muscle pump. That means you might want to add a few extra reps and even a whole other set. If you think you can go there, that's your opportunity. Really take it there. Just don't mindlessly follow that program and think it's going to work without mentally connecting.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.